Thank you, Mark, and I want to thank everybody for coming out. What a beautiful night. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful event. So I just appreciate you taking time out and enjoying us. I'm Tim Saxton, the superintendent of the Boardman Local Schools. It's my pleasure to be in my 5th year to be the leader of our Boardman Spartans. It's actually my 19th year with the Boardman Local Schools. And the good news is we got back to school business this week. It was great to get our kids back in school. It was great to get back to educating kids. We have 70% of our students attending in person, and we have about 30% of our students attending remotely. So it was just great to see young students come excited to school, and I would say to see smiling faces. But with these on, we see a lot of smiling eyes and smiling eyebrows, I guess you would say. But it was just good to be back. Up on the issue ballot is 2 renewals for the Boardman schools. We have a 5.9, and these are renewals, not new taxes, a 5.9 mil levy that was first passed in 1996. It generates about $4 million for the Boardman schools, and we also have a 6 mil renewal. Again, not new taxes, it's a renewal. It was first passed in 1991, and it generates about $3 million for the Boardman schools. As we know, the cost of doing business has gone up for just about every industry, and schools have also been impacted. We did receive some CARES and some ESSER funds that truly helped offset the cost of plexiglass, hand sanitizer, masks, and other PPE purchases. But we got to go back to May of 18 when we stood in front of the Boardman community and we made a promise when we passed a new money issue back in that May of 18 that we would go 10 years with that new money, and we continue to keep that promise. Over the last 2 years, we have reduced over 16 staff members to keep ourselves fiscally responsible. But what may have gone unnoticed during March when schools had to switch to 100% remote, what happened in the last 3 months of our fiscal year was the governor removed $883,000 out of our expected budget for that year, and then $883,000 out of our budget for this year. So if my math still works, that's about $1.7 million that we were counting on that got removed. So you can understand how important every dollar that we have is important to us. And these renewals will help us to keep our solid programs like BSTN, Mr. Clonis and Sam and Mrs. Radenovic. Thank you for being out here. If you've ever tuned into our YouTube channel, they just do a phenomenal job, and that's just one example. We also eagerly wait Thursday to hear about another national award. West Boulevard is up for a second, which is very rare across our nation, Blue Ribbon Award, and we eagerly wait to hear if that will be granted to us. So what I ask is, if we remember 2 renewals and not new money, we will continue to do our parts, and we need to work together and continue to keep the Boardman School strong and support the renewals. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and go Spartans.